Welcome back to Film-Studio-Taku. I know it's been a while. I've been extraordinarily busy. Basically, I just finished about a month and a half to 2 months of shooting Sakura, the cherry blossom in Japan. It was a long, good season. And at the same time, I took upon something that I've been meaning to do for a long time, probably at the worst possible time with the Sakura happening at the same time, but I decided to build a website, actually several websites. This is Film-Studio-Taku.com, and there's also Film-Studio-Japan.com. Right now, they're clones of each other. They are going to diverge, or they're going to separate. One is going to be more of an international site. U.S. buyers can still use it, and one is going to be basically just for U.S. and Canadian buyers. That's because of the print fulfillment company, which is the basic company for what I've created here, is WHCC in the U.S. It's a very high-end, very reputable print shop, but they don't really have international shipping options for me, so I'm going to have to be using a different service. So the other site's going to look different eventually, but for now they're the same, and you can use either or to purchase my prints. And that's what this is really all about. I've basically reached a point as a photographer where I feel comfortable calling myself a professional and selling my prints. You know, I think there's a big change in the last couple of years for me, and I've started meeting a lot of other professionals who have given me a lot of confidence. I mean, you know, they genuinely get excited when they see my photos. So anyways, I want to keep this short. This is basically, there's been a lot of technical difficulties tonight. This is like round 3, third time's the charm, right? But basically I made this site to be as smooth and fluid as possible, easy to navigate. You click on an image, you can just quickly scroll through them, or you can choose this slideshow function. So if you want to just sit back and relax, there's not a huge amount of photos on the site at the moment, but that's going to grow really quickly. I have huge back catalogs and I'm just starting to go through them. Basically a lot of photos that were edited for social media, I need to go back through now and edit them using the full resolution and create the versions that you can print up and make massive on your walls. A lot of these would print up basically big enough to cover your wall and still look great. So there's galleries. Right now I just have 4 galleries. Pro Lightbox doesn't do anything at the moment, but we have Sakura Culture, which is mostly Seijin Shiki, which is a coming of age ceremony where girls dress up and boys dress up. The boys pretty much just wear suits. The girls wear kimonos in the daytime, and nighttime they dress up in really nice evening gowns. But yeah, so it's a really beautiful time to take pictures. And you know, it's usually they go to some beautiful places. Like this is near a really old kind of town in Japan. I love this photo right here. This girl, her colors are a little bit more subdued in earth tone, and just her walking through this field towards these big trees, I don't know, it just feels like a princess warrior kind of feel to me. I really like that image. But yeah, so you know, and I definitely focus a lot on hairdresses. This girl specifically, she's on the train actually going to probably change into her evening wear, but she's got these like rhinestones in her hair and some gold highlights. A lot of these I would recommend printing as, like especially these kimono ones from the back. You have some print options, which I want to get into real quick here. I'm trying to do this quickly here so you guys can really understand what this website, the flow is. You have Fuji Deep Matte, Fuji Luster, Glossy, Metallic. For anything like this with these really shiny things, as long as there's not too much skin showing in the photo, I highly recommend Metallic. I've printed this one Metallic and it looks amazing. Skin tones in general, Luster is what you want to go with, unless you have specific needs that you know you want to fulfill. I pretty much recommend Luster, or Metallic is more for like landscapes or metallic, shiny things. Yeah, so basically the way the site works, you know, you click on an item, you update your cart, and then you can go view checkout. There we go. So I had actually already added some stuff earlier to the cart, and I'm going to show you here. This one actually I put in an address to show you how it works here. But basically, you know, it's very simple, straightforward order form. You definitely want to make sure you get your address correct. No no mistakes whatsoever. Like, I actually had an order that went through where just one letter was wrong. Like, it would be like, instead of drive, it'd be like dribbed. And, you know, the person put through their credit card and it wouldn't go to the print fulfillment. I had to manually do it, and they did get their order in a timely manner. But it's just something to know that that's WHCC prints. They have very strict, they don't allow mistakes. But anyway, so we have PayPal, we have credit card, and you can pay by check. Pay by check is going to send me an email, and I'll have to contact you because I am in Japan. So just know that although I have decided to make checks an option, expect the unexpected. Expect that to take a while, because basically it's got to come here to Japan and it's got to clear through a Japanese bank. So you're talking about an international process there, and it can take a while. Everything else, though, is pretty quick and straightforward. Shipping, you have options, you know, standard, economy, expedited, priority shipping. Obviously, it's going to affect your shipping cost quite a bit depending on what you go with. Economy, most people tell me it's about a week shipping or less. So yeah, something to note, and it's actually in my about section here, is that that's not what I was looking to read. Here it is. So, and this is actually the contact information, so you can click there to contact me directly. But here's what it was, is although I aim to answer all emails within 12 hours or less, usually much less, however, we are a very small team. At times we are traveling to remote areas in Japan to capture images, and though rare at times due to the extreme geology of Japan, connectivity is very difficult, if not impossible. In these rare situations, it may take several days before we can respond. We ask your patience and kind understanding in these situations. USA and Canadian or Canada prints orders are automatically processed through WHCC Professional Photo Lab in the US, so it's independent of our travels. Now, what that means is that, you know, the order is going to go through to the print shop. This is where I want to say again, though, this is assuming that you don't make any errors in your address. Be careful about that, because if you do make an error and I am somewhere where, you know, I'm on one side of the ocean with mountains on the other side, for example, is a common thing here in Japan where we don't get any signal with our devices. In that situation, I'm not going to know that there was a problem, so I won't be able to manually fix the order basically and resend it until I'm somewhere there's connectivity. So please just understand that, like, if there is a delay in your shipping, I will definitely contact you as long as you provide correct email and stuff. I'll contact you as soon as I know if there is that kind of issue. But in general, as long as you put in your address correctly, it's going to be a quick and painless process. Little things to know, the search function is not working yet on this website. If you type in surfer, which is one of my tags and keywords, it doesn't work. But it's very easy to just go into things like surf culture, where you can see some of my favorite pictures here. I love this one here. I'm not going to talk too much about these. I did earlier when I had my technical difficulties, but I'm trying to do this quickly and get it done. Basically, all of these have some really unique stories. So this was a really cool, very rough day. There were only 4 surfers, 1 woman, and she was amazing. And I have some photos of her coming, but unfortunately hers, you know, it is very choppy ocean, so it's really difficult to get focus lock on all of them, and hers more than any, though you can still see she's got this great smile compared to the others. She was really enjoying herself out there. So I might post some of those less than perfect but really beautiful photos of her. Yeah, but they were shredding. I mean, it was really hard for them to get out there. I know I said I wasn't going to talk, but I'll just say real quick. They were the only 4 there. I was there a couple weeks before on a nice day with big waves, and there was hundreds of surfers in like a 2 or 3 kilometer stretch of ocean. They were the only 4 out there, and yeah, it was crazy. I'm a strong surfer. I used to live in Mexico and Hawaii and boogie board, but I wouldn't have gone out in this. It was pretty insane. So yeah, okay, we got, Sakura Culture. This is going to expand greatly because, as I said, I just finished this. There's just a few photos here right now, but you know, this is awesome. This is Kawazu Sakura. They're actually called Kawazu Sakura. They bloom earlier than most sakura in Japan and last longer. And this is actually the town of Kawazu. There's actually something like a 500-year-old sakura tree hiding back here on the main street that all of these came from, and it's still alive and healthy. This river, actually, the ocean is just about maybe 200 meters behind me. This is white sand that's been pushed up through the ocean. There was a typhoon right before this, so it probably pushed up a little bit extra. Because this is a long exposure, you can see the white sand in the bottom of the river. You know, this is a beautiful place to go if you want to have really a lot of adventures in one day. You go up this river, there's a bus that'll take you up this really cool spiraling, scary highway, but you can go to these waterfalls called the 7 Falls. There's more than 7, but there's these beautiful waterfalls and these really cool wooden stair kind of trails alongside them. Highly recommend Kawazu. It gets very busy this time of year, but it's worth it. Okay, that's it for the sakura. Did I miss anything? Oh, birds. By far right now I have more birds than anything else. That's what I do more than anything else is bird photography. There's a lot of good spots very close to me, and I really enjoy bird photography. I'm not going to talk about each one of these. The only one I'm going to mention is these are grebes, I believe. I keep forgetting the name, but these are their babies, chicks. That in this photo, he's about 7 days old and just starting to kind of look underwater. Grebes, what they are is they're extraordinary swimmers. The babies start swimming at just 2 days old, and they grow extremely fast because their parents eat them or feed them fish. You see, they almost have like frog-like feet, dinosaur skin, by the way. But yeah, they have these like frog-like feet, and their parents feed them very big fish, even at a young age, at least for their size. But yeah, this is actually here at just, I think, 3 or 4 days old. They're darker color at that point to blend in. And this was again from that 7-day period. This guy was so cute and right up, so close to me. This is the 400mm lens, and you know, I had to back off on the. It's a 200 or 400. Sometimes I had to back off because he was so close. Yeah, here's the dad feeding him. He ate that fish, believe it or not. It's a big fish, but he swallowed it. Yeah, so that same one, he had just tried to eat this sakura, this cherry blossom, and he spit it out. It wasn't a fish. And then he just sat there and posed with it for a few seconds, and I got this great shot. I mean, this is one of my absolute favorite shots. It's so cute. Yeah, anyways, grebes though. Oh, so real quick note on that though, the parents, I mean, when they get full size, and these guys, by the way, about 10 days old, they started actually catching fish. But they dive for extended periods, and they actually sometimes will hide in vegetation underwater and ambush their prey. But they're very fast too, so they can catch fast fish on the move. Yeah, this cute little. These, I believe, are called very tits, and they are, it's fun to say, but also they're just very cute and really fun to watch. They just hop around from branch to branch looking for little bugs to eat and stuff. This guy had just a little hop slash, you know, kind of like flapped his wings like once or something and landed here and just did a little balance check, and I just thought it was really cute. I know, I said I wasn't going to talk about these photos, but I'm really proud of these, and I hope people appreciate these. And, you know, if you like art, you want something for your walls or maybe even for the future, just store these away. Please support a starving artist here. I live in Japan, but believe me, I'm not rich by any means, and I'm looking to make this my full-time career because this is my love, this is my passion, this is what I really enjoy doing, is photography. So yeah, and maybe I mentioned it, maybe I didn't, but you can also, with my photos, you can just go into, let's do it with the surf culture one. You can go into slideshow mode, and as this expands, as these become like galleries of hundreds of photos, you can just basically sit back on your couch and enjoy this. It takes about 5 seconds in there. Yeah, so you can just enjoy these photos. The watermark, by the way, Film Studio Japan, so yeah, that's my other site. I did change on this, but it was giving me a double watermark on a few of the pictures, so I decided to keep it for now until I have time to go through it. And obviously the watermark is not going to be on the final photos, and the final photos are going to be a lot higher quality. I'm in 1080p right now to do this so that people on devices can see things a little bit clearer. But yeah, even if you're looking at this on a 4K screen, although I did do my best to make the quality very good on these so you can see the grain and the details, there is definitely a huge quality bump when you actually print these out. They're going to be amazing. All these are edited from raw files, and you know, I took very great care to preserve the details. There's actually, there's a caveat to that. There's a few here, like these most of the baby grebes are raw files, but this one here, and you'll notice, and that was user error. I had been doing something the day before in JPEG mode, so this was a JPEG and fairly heavily cropped in. So what I did, you'll notice that you can only print up to 8x12 on this. Most photos you're able to print all the way up to well, this is 30x40. This is actually a different aspect ratio than most, so you can print actually a little bit larger than most on this. It's more of a squared off image, 8x10 rather than 8x12, for example. Yeah, and you know, there's framed options. There's mounted prints, and there's going to be canvas print options coming. And on the international site, I will likely have acrylic options as well available. So keep an eye on that for updates. And I think I'm going to end that here because you probably can tell my voice. I've strained it doing this too much today. So I want to thank you for watching. And please keep an eye out for my other videos. I do have other videos, camera-related videos, and some kind of nature vlogs. I've been doing them, but I kind of keep having just various reasons why I don't post them, but I think I'm going to try and start posting them again. I don't know, anybody who's watched my channel for a long time, which is probably 3 of you, may remember I used to do some nature vlogs. I removed most of them for quality reasons, but I'm going to try and get some new ones up. I think I have some good stuff to show you. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please buy a photo. So, I'm not a very good salesman, I know, but please, you know, buy something, share with some friends that maybe appreciate art and would like to have some of these on their walls. Oh, and this is the landing page. It's really nice. So this is probably the best place for now if you just want to go and enjoy a slideshow. Maybe I'll just let it play out here. So thanks for watching Film-Studio-Taku. I hope you're all enjoying your springtime wherever you are, getting out somewhere where there's no people, taking off your mask and breathing a little bit. I think we all deserve it. Enjoy the world around you. Believe me, you don't have to be in Japan to enjoy beauty. It's everywhere. Peace.